and welcome to the first chapter in the next 6 days. I think I'll get in of my story. There's a lot of people that is following me now, and I think it's time for me to just go through my story just a little bit to get an overview. It's not going to be long, really long videos. It's just going to be kind of a sum up and kind of dig into some of the things that I have been through in life. So my life started in Copenhagen in Denmark in December 5th, 85, and with two younger brothers and my parents. We lived in the capital in one of the main streets in Copenhagen, and in an apartment. And we lived there for the first 5.5 years of my life before we moved to Odense, which is on Fyn, the middle island in Denmark. Denmark is very small. It's right above Germany, if you didn't know, and we are only like 6 million people here, so it's like a country where we all know each other, pretty much. And yeah, so that was kind of the beginning of my life, and I know I was in a kindergarten. I know I was brought up religiously in a kind of a Protestant belief, and I'll get into more of that later, because a lot of things have changed since then. So yeah, because I just follow along, and we moved here, and I started in school when I was 5, in that summer of, must be in 90. And I was a very weak kid, actually. I was very shy. I was probably a year too young compared to all the other kids, and I had a lot of issues early on in my life. You know, I could not even open my backpack. It had these plastic things you had to squeeze in, and then they would pop up, and they were so tough I could not open it. So every day I had to get help from other kids in my class to open my backpack, or my school, where my school books were. And I also remember it was not the first grade, but we called it grade 0 before the first grade, which is not really school, but like, yeah, where you play around and learn schooling, I guess. And I remember my dad always, got me lunch, and he sealed it in this plastic bag with tied a knot on it, and I could not open it. And I remember getting really angry with when one of the girls to my left kind of just smashed it open instead of just opening it really nicely, So I had a big temper, and I was weak, and I also yeah. But I found out that in sports I could feel at home. I was equal to everybody else. I didn't feel equal, I think, to a lot of the other kids when I was small, and there was two things. I felt at home in sports because I could see that I could actually be as good or better than the other kids with sports, and I could kind of feel invisible there, because I felt very different than other kids. And I did because I think that when you are brought up religiously with a very strict way of being, it was meeting another world going into the first grades in school, and also growing up, because none had that kind of a belief or whatever. So I was very alone, and of course my name Gideon is very different, and not Danish at all. So even though I am, but yeah, it was all from that stem of religion and so forth. So I felt very different. I felt very, didn't fit in, weak, So I had a kind of a tough time in the beginning of school, even though I didn't really experience it. I don't remember it as a bad time per se, but it was not easy. I remember taking the school bus from where it was only like a mile away from school, and I was so afraid to leave my parents that my mom rode on her bicycle after the bus so I could see her and wave goodbye or whatever. So it was kind of a weird and tough, difficult time, I guess. But I was in school there for 8 years, and it always gradually got better and better. I was teased a lot. I was meeting another world. That was what I was facing every day, with my name, with my subconscious beliefs about religion, what was right or wrong. I was teased a lot. I had a big temper, and I hated to lose in anything related to sports. So I was constantly in fights and in many different situations, and yeah, I had a big temper, big temper. But I remember I was good at writing. I remember I liked to write. When we had assignments in school, we had to write every day, or you had to write a few lines every day or something. I remember I always liked to write. It was kind of, when I had a topic that I could just pick, I felt kind of like freedom, and this was a big part of my life. It's been kind of searching for freedom, and I think I never really liked school and the strictness of everything. I remember, you know, we always had to go to church, and I never liked it. I never do today, but either. But what I do like is that what I remember was that I asked my dad why we going to church. You know, this is for adults. I didn't understand why we were here, because kids would like to have fun, and it was such a serious place, you know, where you had to be a certain way, and it was not free to me. And I didn't feel free in school either. And I think I began to feel free, you know, when I started sports, playing soccer. And also I remember a time that kind of proved that my resistance towards control and things like that. I don't remember this, but my mom said that I walked home from school alone when I was 5. And I don't know that I did that, but she said that I did. But I guess it maybe just shows that I just wanted to go my own way. And I think a lot of the resistance I had towards control was to find my own way, in terms of religion, schooling, parents, teachers, living a certain way, believing a certain thing. So I think that was kind of the main part of the first years of my life, where I tried to find my own way and really believed in freedom and believed in things like that. And I kind of proved that through sports, through some writing, and kind of resisting a lot. So I think that was kind of a good initiation towards my story. Get into more tomorrow. This was kind of the first 5, 7, 8 years, and go into more of the sports later on, and some more up until my 9th grade tomorrow. So follow along, sign up on the YouTube channel, and also click the link below. I have made a new video just explaining what my business is about, so check that out. I got 2 more team members today. 2. It's big, and it works, and it's fun, and I don't really work that much really, but things are just happening slowly. You know, keeps on going, keeps happening. So it's fun to be a part of this business, and I'm looking for serious people who want to change their life significantly. And if you want to see what it is, you can do that for a risk-free trial for $1 or $7, whatever you prefer, and I can help you get going and see how this works. So with that, more of my story tomorrow, and I look forward to give you the next one. So have a great day, great holidays, and be well until then. See ya.